brother teacher. I come to you with a note of sadness, and it concerns an issue that has been prevalent in America for many, many, many decades. And I believe that it has come to bear. It is unfortunate that people, to use the term loosely, of color, particularly black, have been abused, mistreated, ostracized, imprisoned, murdered in America for such a long time, and all because of the color of your skin. We are the most disenfranchised. We're the most hated, disliked, segregated race, so-called race, in America and on the planet. And it shows. It's in plain sight. There used to be a time during the days of blatant slavery where you call a black man a nigger out in the open. Now it's been reduced to the N word. But white folks still call black folks niggers in America and in the world. But when they discuss it in a public forum, it's the N word. I don't see the difference. I don't see why you have to be politically correct. Why not just say nigger in your discussion on your news topic or whatever your talking point might be? Just use the word. I mean, you use it openly when you're confronting a black person in an altercation. So just use it just like you would in that case. But that's not the main reason for this video right now. I posted a video expressing my discontent with the system. How America has failed black people in America. How we are still under Jim Crow and Willie Lynch. How we are still treated as 3/5 of a human being, second class, on the bottom. And that's been evidenced by the fact that so many black people have been killed by white law enforcement over the past 5 to 10 years. And in more recent years and even months, even more, it is becoming popular for black people to be murdered by white racist cops. I just posted a video this morning, but unbeknownst to me, when I posted that video expressing my feelings and my viewpoint about what's going on in America, sadly, I began to surf the internet and I looked at some news, current news, only to find that there had been some police officers targeted in Dallas, Texas, while there was a peaceful rally being held about the atrocities that's been occurring with black men being murdered again in America, especially the Alton Sterling case and Philando Castile case. There was a peaceful rally in Dallas, Texas, and there were men and women in uniform doing their jobs. This is what they signed up to do, keeping order. And some individuals took it upon themselves to target these police officers out of hate. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't get anything done by doing the same thing that your oppressors have done to you. You really don't. They have the power over you. They have the masses and the strength over you. Black folks don't have that. So those individuals basically signed their death certificates the day that they did this, and it was yesterday on the 7th of July 2016. They posted themselves up in a position of advantage while the protest was going on, and they began to fire at police officers, shooting approximately 11 of them and killing 5. It's sad. It was horrific. They took away precious lives, irrespective of them being white, black, Asian, or otherwise. You don't take a life for a life. Our prayers, my prayers, are for the slain police officers and for the families of those officers. This should have never happened. It is a sad day in America. But what is equally sad to me is the fact that President Obama spoke about it, how horrific and how terrible it was. But he has said nothing about the massive amount of black people, African Americans, being killed by the police. He hasn't said anything on that level. He has not had a press conference about the inordinate amount of black people being shot and killed by white racist police officers. But there is sympathy and empathy for the police officers that are slain. So what's my point, brother teacher? My point is this. All life is precious. All life is important. A black life is no more important than a white, and a white life is no more important than a black, and an Asian life is no more important than an Indian. We are all important because life is important and it's precious. Anytime you, for whatever your reasons are, be it politically motivated or hate motivated or what have you, you don't have a right to take the life of another person because you think, you believe that that person is less than you and that they're worthless and that they have no purpose for you and that they don't belong in your society or your community. No one has that right. And conversely, those that are being targeted don't have a right to take the lives of those other individuals, lest it be in self-defense. So again, President Obama, this happened on your watch, and I feel that it's going to be worse. It's going to get worse. Anytime the leader, so-called leader of a free world, a country, America, ignores the cries of a segment of this nation, a segment of this nation's population, anytime you ignore human rights and dignity of a people that's being currently and historically and systematically abused and oppressed, and you are at the helm, this is what's going to happen. I know that there's policies that every president in the United States must follow. They are puppets. They are just a figurehead. They don't run the country. There are people behind them. But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have to weigh what's really important. as it relates to humanity. And your actions or your inactions really define who you are and, unfortunately, what you are. This is Brother Teacher. May Yahweh continue to bless you that are watching this video. And may Yahweh bless and protect and encourage and hold close together the families of all of those officers that have been killed, murdered needlessly, and those who have been critically injured as well. May He bless those families, and may those individuals that are responsible for this atrocity come to justice. This is Brother Teacher. I'll see you in the next video. So long.